In this operations management video, we will look at competitiveness. Competitiveness can be defined as how effectively an organization meets the wants and needs of its customers relative to others that offer similar goods or services. Organizations compete through some combination of their marketing and operations functions. What do customers want? How can those customer needs be satisfied? Specifically, with regards to marketing, number 1, identifying customer wants and needs. 2, establishing pricing. And 3, defining our advertising and promotion. Those are marketing topics, and since this is an operations course, we will not discuss those further. Just be aware that they will come up in your marketing class, and this shows you one of the ways that operations ties to marketing. By way of background, in the past, production was not seen as a source of a competitive advantage. I worked for Georgia Power Company for 20 years, and in the 70s and 80s, there was an executive at Georgia Power that was proud of the fact that he had never visited a power plant. Now, being an electric company, Georgia Power generates all of its quote-unquote product at a power plant. How could an executive be proud of not visiting one of those facilities? This is strange because for most companies, not all, but for most, production is where the value is generated. It's where the profits are generated. People like this executive are saying is that they really do not see their product or service as offering them a competitive advantage. Given that, you have to wonder where they really think their competitive advantage comes from. Companies simply looked at production to do two things: reduce cost and improve labor utilization. These cost goals force companies to take a very short-term view of production. In other words, a tactical view. In the 70s and 80s, global competition forced a new view of production. American companies and consumers realized that American products were not world-class. Trying to make their products world-class forced firms to take a more strategic view of production. The ways that business compete using operations include product and service design, cost, location, although that's normally only for services, quality, quick response, flexibility, inventory management, supply chain management, service and service quality, their managers and workers. Why do some organizations fail? 1. Too much emphasis on short-term financial performance. This can lead to shortchanging production or other parts of the company. Failing to take advantages of strengths and opportunities. In other words, they become stagnant. Not having a good, strong operating strategy. Failing to recognize competitive threats. Too much emphasis on product and service design and not enough on improving those products and services. Neglecting investment in capital and human resources. Failing to establish good internal communications. And finally, failure to consider customer wants and needs. If you enjoyed this video, please click like and consider subscribing to this channel.